What is up, you guys? Claudio back again with another review of Attack on Titan Season 2. This is the second episode called I'm Home. And basically it starts off with a recap of the last episode that I reviewed, the first one. Intro, as always. Basically they are in, I think it's called Trust or Torst or something like that, district where Commander Fixes is being informed about Walrose and what happened there. They cut to Stowage district where they're mobilizing Eren and the other ones, recruits or whatever you want to call them, soldiers. Also they're talking to Armin, and he says that the Titans would he wonders, he asks himself whether the Titans would break walls with Titans in them, or if they even know that they exist in there. They're not really sure, and it's a bit uncertain, to be honest. I asked myself that same question, which I think it's like a very good point, that he makes. It's like, would Titans break through the walls if they had Titans on them? And if you think about it, when they broke the first wall, so to speak, they didn't really breach a wall. They breached like a section with it, like in outside of the wall, basically. If you know how the walls are, it's like they have like little sections, and that was one of those that the Colossal Titan broke, if I'm not mistaken. I don't really remember. It's been a while, but anyway, it's a good point anyway that he makes there. And he actually says something along those lines, that they busted through the gates before, but not the walls, So that was what I was referring to, gates, not the walls. So I don't know, man. He keeps going on about that no one knows how the walls were made and all that stuff. And it's strange that they don't see any cracks in the walls, stuff like that. And he has like this theory that these walls are made of like hardened Titan skin, which is kind of a weird theory, but it sort of makes sense, because if you think about it, what happens with Annie, for example, after she fought Eren, she got like crystallized in this like capsule type thing, very hard material, looked like a crystal of some sort. So that could very well be the case. But I don't know, it's a thought anyway. So he always makes a good point, Armin, and it's very interesting to listen to him when you're looking at the episode. But whenever he speaks, or Henge, usually something clever comes out of their mouth. So it's very interesting to listen to these two characters, I think, anyway. They cut after that to Section Commander Henge, or Hange, I don't know how you pronounce the name. He's studying something with a microscope when he's approached by Levi, I believe, and telling him that they have to go. In the next scene, the Survey Corps have like gathered, and they're bringing the priest along, I believe. Yes, I think he's called Nick. I'm not sure. Priest Nick, the one who Hangi threatened when he was in the wall. He wouldn't tell them what was in them. So they bring him out with them, apparently. So they move out. Again, they cut to Armin, and he wonders whether the Titans have been protecting them all along. Sort of. He kind of asks himself that question, which... it's a very legitimate question, because if that's the case, that the Titans are in those walls, someone put them there. It doesn't really make sense that they will protect humanity like that. Still, also it's also so weird, because they're up there eating them, and I don't know, man. It's so confusing. It's very confusing. I think this leaves more questions than anything, to be quite honest. Continuing on with the episode, it's like. Eren learns about the fact that the priest knew about the Titan in the wall, but that he has kept quiet about it. Also, Hange is bringing him along just to let him witness the harsh reality that people are living out there, being eaten by titans, leaving their families, losing relatives and all that. I think you want to show him like the harsh reality, because this priest won't say anything basically. So they bring him out just to see what's up, and maybe he'll loosen up a little bit. I don't know. I guess that's the thing that they wanted to do anyway. At one point, I think Levi tried to threaten the priest with a gun or something, a knife or something like that. And the priest is like, dude, nothing. And I think Hunger tells him that it's not even worth it, that he's tried already. And, the priest is like quiet. He doesn't say anything. So it's pretty useless there. But I think like the priest knows something beyond. These are my thoughts. I don't know for sure, but I think that the priest knows things beyond the fact that why the Titans are in the wall. I mean, he knows something bigger than that. That's what I think anyway. I don't know. Anyway, in the middle of this, they cut to Sasha as she's on her way to the village. We see some flashbacks from when she was younger, and she's being scolded by her dad. She's being like really weird. She behaves really fucking... I mean, if she behaves oddly now, as we know her, potato girl, back then, she was really fucking... She was almost like a wild animal. Super fucking weird. Weirder than she is now, anyway. And as she's riding to her village, she sees Titan tracks in the woods. She enters her village, who looks like totally different, because she's been away for a while. So the village has kind of evolved into like a little village, basically. Not the village. It wasn't a village. Basically, she used to live like in a cabin in the woods. That was basically like a house in the woods with her dad. And when she came back, it was a small village. That's what happens. Anyway, she gets back there. She sees the Titan tracks. So she is, well, obviously concerned. And she enters the village. It looks different from when she left it. And she spots a Titan in one of the houses eating on an old lady. And there's a child in the room. It's a super creepy fucking scene because... The lady, I think, they tell us later on in the episode that she was paralyzed, and that was the reason why she couldn't get away or something like that. She was just like half laying, sitting there, being eaten by this Titan. It was super weird. I don't know, it kind of gave me like a really uncomfortable feeling. Anyway, the child was there like totally paralyzed. Sasha took an axe, tried to stab, tried to hurt the Titan. Didn't work at all. So she basically snuck past it, grabbed the kid, and got the fuck out of Dodge. That's what happened. In the meantime, the horse or something like that got scared, so they had to get out of there without their horse. And the Titan spotted them, and is now chasing them. He's super fucking slow, the Titan, so he's really no problem. But it's basically chasing them, In the middle of this, Sasha gets like a flashback about when she was new at the academy and was being bullied by some other girl that thought that she had a weird accent. And when we hear Sasha's dad speak, you can hear that he speaks differently. But anyway, well, if you understand Japanese somewhat, he speaks a bit weird. Maybe she does as well. I believe she does. Anyway, they cut back to her. She uses herself as bait. Sasha let this kid go and tell her to run. So she uses herself as a bait, and she has like a fucking bow and arrow or something like that to try to fight with this Titan. Which, yeah, it's kind of weird, but she actually jumps on the Titan. It's a rather small type of Titan. She jumps on him and stabs him in the eye with the arrow. So that's cool. And as she's fighting with her last arrow, she sees the villagers riding past, and she recognizes her dad as one of the people riding past them. I think they have the girl at this point. So she runs away from the Titan or whatever. she gets a horse and rides with them, and her dad is really proud of her, and blah blah blah. And we see her smile, so that's cool. Next they cut to Connie, and he sees his whole village is destroyed because his village is also in the southern parts, not I guess near Sasha's village, but I don't know exactly where, but southern anyway. And anything southern was basically destroyed by Titans. So he sees his village, it's totally fucking destroyed. As he goes to check out his house, he sees a Titan lying on top of the house. And the weird thing about this is the Titan looked crippled. He can't move. It's like he has two tiny arms, too small for the body and head size. I know they're a bit deformed, the Titans. They're not proportionally built always. But this dude was like, no. And then you saw a bit of the rib cage wasn't fully developed as well. And the legs and feet could never carry that body. So it was super weird. He was on top of the house as someone has like put him there or something like that. I don't know. It looked super weird anyway. And he couldn't move. Totally crippled. And he's like the only Titan that they see. Obviously, Connie freaks out. And they ask themselves basically how the hell this Titan ended up in top of Connie's house, basically. And it ends there. So that's the episode. But the thing I thought most about was the fact that it's so weird that it looks like the village was destroyed, but it didn't have... I don't know, it didn't look like I don't know, I thought hard about this because it was so weird that the Titan was there. He couldn't move, so that Titan couldn't have been the one doing all that destruction, you know? You saw destruction, but then again, you didn't see any people. The other Titans must have moved along and eaten everybody. But it's weird because you don't see a trace, you don't see like big footsteps anywhere, you don't see blood, or you don't see signs of struggle or battle at all, which is kind of weird, which lead me to believe that perhaps the people of this village got away before the Titans got there. And the only mystery thing is this Titan lying on top of Connie's house, basically. Staring at him. It's fully awake and somewhat aware, I think, but it's like it's just fucking lying there because it can't do anything. It can't stand up because the little limbs look super weird. I don't know. It's strange. Anyway, I don't know. I'm really curious to see the next episode and see what that's about. And yeah, guys, that's about it, I guess. I'll promise I'll try to catch up. I know I've been busy as hell. Thank you for the feedback on the Attack on Titan rant. A lot of people left their comments and thoughts about it. Well, I really don't have anything to say about that more than what I already said. It's like, you know, I guess I'm old school that way because I used to watch anime when I was younger, and back then all animes were at least 25 episodes per so-called season. Now I guess that has changed to 12 to 13. But still, I think it's weird that one season of Attack on Titan is 25 or whatever it was, the first one, and now all of a sudden we get 12. That doesn't make any sense. It's not consistent at all. If the first season would have been 12 episodes as well, then it is what it is. But at this point, it's like, what the fuck are they doing? Anyway, I'm not gonna go into that anymore. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting. First and foremost, it's really cool to know your opinion on this stuff. And yeah, man, hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video.